Hey, this is Matt and welcome back to the channel, guys, where I'm going to be talking about an English actor, Jude Law. Okay, we'll be taking a look at what the hell is going on with his hair. We see this guy losing his hair from his mid-20s, and then out of the sudden we see him with more hair, like in the movie Spy from 2015, and that's especially the point that I'm going to be discussing in this video. Is he wearing a hair system? Did he have a hair transplant or multiple hair transplant over the years? These are the things that we are going to be looking into in this video, so stay tuned.
This video is brought to you by GoFiber Hair Building Fibers. Pick up your free sample and get instant hair confidence. Start your transformation today.
Hey, welcome back again to this channel, also in new year of 2021, so happy new year to all of you guys. I hope you will enjoy my content in this year as well. For all you new guys who are interested in getting a hair transplant, make sure you visit mattdominance.com and check out one of my hair transplant guides, which are meant to help you do the proper decision before your hair transplant. And for all you guys who are seriously interested in a hair transplant, you can also sign up for a hair transplant strategy session with me, where we can one-on-one discuss your next steps towards restoring your hair the best way. Okay, so this is pretty much for the start, and now let's take a look at Jude Law. Now, Jude Law, very charismatic English actor. I always liked him. This guy unfortunately started losing his hair, as many of us, in his early to mid-20s already, and he didn't do anything about it. Had he started with finesse right back then, honestly, he would have saved a lot of his hair. Here with 32, we can see him already having probably Norwood 2 to Norwood 3 hair loss transition pattern, so it's already obvious hair loss, but in spite of that, he was able to be cast in a movie like Alfie, where he's playing this alpha male type of guy that girls want to break their legs for, and he just sleeps with every girl wants him, despite not being super tall guy. He's a 178 centimeters, he's a Norwood 3, he's masking his hair loss, as you see him, but despite of that, he was the alpha male type of guy. I mean, he wasn't even super muscular either. You have to have a really good looking face, guys, to pull this off, but that's another discussion. Anyways, once he turned 40, he decided to kind of shave his head or really buzz it very short, and that was the time where you noticed him having this very narrow looking frontal forelock, and pretty much that V-shaped hairline turned into that very narrow frontal forelock in this U shape, and his corners pretty much disappeared. Okay, and if you see this photo from 2014, we see how his hair loss just goes very far into the mid scalp, almost to the vertex, whilst he still has his frontal forelock here pretty thick looking and very well preserved, and he's diffusely thinning on top of that behind the forelock area. So he has pretty weird hair loss pattern, which didn't look really good once you kind of buzzed his once he buzzed his head. So remember that again, this is 2014, he's a Norwood 4, let's say, and then the movie Spy comes in 2015, and we see him in this James Bond type of role, and of course his hairline has changed or changes suddenly. And first, when I was watching this movie, I had to take a look at the release date, because I didn't believe that this is a movie from 2015. It seemed to me like it was 2005 or so, and no, it wasn't. So I took a look at his hairline and at some interviews that he made during 2015 on topic of this movie. And here, if we watch this video here, you can take a look how his hairline is at least one Norwood scale reversed. It went from Norwood 4 to good Norwood 3, or Norwood 2 to Norwood 3 transition. In this movie, they decided to install a partial hair system, especially on the frontal hairline, and to kind of narrow down his receding corners, because let's be honest, his hair loss would look weird if he would just play this James Bond type of character that he played in the movie Spy, and with his like narrow looking frontal forelock, it would just look weird. So I think that's why they suggested him to this partial hair system. I think they only kind of put that hair system on partially on his around his receding hairline, and kind of try to reconnect that with the temples. So that's pretty much how we can exclude hair transplant like 100%. And if we take a look at Jude Law in 2019, 2020, we see him with even like slightly worsened hair loss compared to 2015. So it just means that he keeps on receding, he's not on medication, very likely not, and he just keeps losing hair, and he did not have any hair transplant in his life. Very likely, in my opinion. Now let's compare his hairline from the same year while he was using hair system versus when he wasn't using it. And we can see that his hairline is just more defined and his corners look less receded on the picture where he was wearing hair system. The artificial hair from the hair system also looks much more straight and has a brighter shade compared to his natural hair color, which is rather darker. I don't think he is on any medication as of 2021. It seems like his hair loss progression just goes like steady. His frontal forelock keeps like narrowing down, and the hair loss on the corners keeps like receding further all the way to the vertex, and that just tells me that he has been just steadily losing his hair all the way from his like mid-20s without trying to stop it, without trying to manage it. So in my opinion, he has never been like on medication like long term. Maybe he experimented with finasteride, who knows, maybe he got side effects or whatnot, but in my opinion he never stayed on any type of hair loss medication for a long time. These were my thoughts on the Jude Law's hair transformation or hair loss story, and these are the things that I think he made use of during his career to restore his hair, temporary of course. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and I'm gonna be looking forward to see you in another video. Take care.